This is Umar for BoxNation. I'm joined by Too Sharp, looking for another devastating performance at Yorkle this Saturday night, live on TNT Sports. It's appropriate name to fight on the channel TNT.
Yeah, yeah. How you doing though, man?
I'm good, Denzel. Thank you. How are you?
I'm all good, thanks.
Good, good. Yeah, a big fight week for yourself. Obviously, you got rid of Danny Dignam in fantastic fashion last time. Do you expect a few more rounds with Derrick Osaze this time around?
Yeah, probably. I think so. I think he's quite tough and he's quite resilient. I think he's gonna, come and give his best. I mean, I think everyone does, but I mean, I'm expecting him around. Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like that's a kind of a perfect opponent at this stage because he said he's very durable, very tough. So you want some rounds going into perhaps another world title shot or a fight with Heaney, Bradpool, Sheeraz. You want some rounds in the bank for sure.
I think I've had enough rounds in my career to, just go into one of those fights. But I used to always think, no, I want fight, but I'm happy with the early finishes. I used to want fights to go rounds, but I mean, it makes for a good fight. If I'm in there and I'm enjoying it and it's like going a few rounds, then I don't mind. But like sometimes fights can just be, sometimes styles don't gel. It can get a bit scrappy. I don't think I've been in any of those fights yet, but I know that Derek can spoil your work a little bit. He likes to get real close and throw awkward shots. So I just need to kind of find my feet quite early.
Yeah, of course you don't get paid for overtime, but I asked that really because going into considered a really big fight for yourself next, all being well this Saturday, if you're just coming off, a rapid stoppage of Danny Dingham and a really quick stoppage of Derek Osaze, it might not be ideal preparation going into that big fight.
Yeah. I can understand that, but I feel like with camp and stuff, like when you're training, you're preparing for whatever. Really, I think everything happens in camp. In the camp is where you build the work, you build the tank, you build the engine. I think on fight night, it's just getting used to performing under those lights for that distance. And I've done that a few times. I've been 12 rounds a few times, been 10 rounds a few times, and then I feel like it's just getting used to doing the rounds on the night. And I've done that enough times in my career to know how to manage and cope with the rounds. But either way, however this weekend goes, if it goes early, it just means I get to rest my body for a little bit longer. If it goes the full distance, then I might need a little bit extra to recover. So that's all it is really.
But the reason I guess it could go early, we've seen him, as I said, be very tough, very durable, but perhaps he's never fought anyone like you in terms of the sharpness that you have early on. You pick your punches very well. So yeah, I mean, you're still confident, I'm guessing, of getting an early stoppage and making a bit of a statement as well, Denzel.
I'm confident of getting a stoppage. I don't know when it will come. I'm not expecting anything early, but like you said, you look at his record. He hasn't fought anyone of my caliber, but that could motivate him even more to be like, okay, cool. Like if I get Denzel's scalp on my record, then for me, the world's my oyster. So I gotta be really careful. I gotta go in there and I gotta be smart and I gotta be sharp and I gotta be focused. And if I can get a performance similar to Danny Dignam, then I'm laughing. But I think he's gonna be a little bit tougher than Danny. Danny was nice and skillful. He was good, but I think he was looking not for a way out, but he was looking to see if his career could move on. If not, I'm retiring. Whereas I feel like Derek is like, he wants to box and he wants to move forward. So he's gonna try and use me to, catapult his career to wherever he wants to go next.
Denzel, why was there such a gap between your levels with the Heaney fight and the Dignam fight? I mean, they're both very good operators, I'd say, Heaney and Dignam.
Yeah.
Um, do you have to give Heaney credit for sticking in there with you, or were you just not at your best that night?
Yeah, bit of both. You still got to give him credit, even if I'm not at my best. I'm saying he had the game plan and he stuck to it, and I just weren't in the right mind for him to kind of realize what he was doing. If you saw the way he boxed me and the way he boxed Brad Pauls, it was very different. Boxed Brad Pauls with a lot more confidence, coming forward, throwing a lot more shots, whereas with me, he was on the back foot the whole fight, and then just letting off shots as I came forward. But like I spoke about before, I just weren't in the right mind frame with the early birth of my son and stuff. But I didn't really want to use that as an excuse. I just got to take my L's how they come and try and bounce back and see where I'm at. So after I came back with Danny Dignam and I was feeling myself and my son was nice and healthy and everything was going well. I felt better to speak about it rather than trying to make an excuse to try and kind of save face at the time when it happened. But I went in the right mind frame. I really want to be there, if I'm being honest. But I felt like I got a job today. I agreed to this. Let me go there. I didn't respect him to how I should have. I mean, you respect everyone, but to a level where it's like, this guy can't beat me anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
before I will knock him out and go home and then back to family life. But it didn't go like that. But yeah, that's life, isn't it?
Well, Nathan, I guess, didn't allow you to get your strengths off in that fight. What do you expect Osaze to do? Do you reckon that he'll try and get close to you, kind of like work your body, lean all over you? Is that the sort of fight you expect to ruin your work?
Yeah. I think Osaze knows one way to fight, and that's coming forward, throw loads of punches and just being rough and rugged and being tough. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's gonna try and get close and like you said, ruin my work and throw shots at some mad angles. So I've seen enough of him, and I've even sparred him once before to know what he's kind of capable of. And I think that's his way of fighting. I don't think he will change that.
Okay. Seen Linus Adofi, a former opponent, of course. You've been sparring him
Yeah.
this fight. How's that work, man?
Yeah, no, that's good, man. That's my guy now, man. I hope you don't call me out. But no, that's good work. That's quality work, man. He's a good level fighter, and it's a bit annoying, probably more for him, obviously more than me, but for him to not perform like I know he can in certain fights. It's like he's not flowing. He's not doing what he needs to do when the lights hit. But if you know Linus and you share the ring with him, you know that he's a class operator. Like he can box on the back foot, he can come forward, throws good shots, technically very good, and he's got a good tank. So that's good work for me when I'm sparring. It just feels like I've always got to be on point and I've always got to be sharp. And I think that element of we fought before is kind of out the window because we've done loads of rounds together. But it's still very, very sharp work. It's like if I'm not focused, I'm not concentrating, he's gonna hit me with a shot that I shouldn't be getting hit with, and the vice versa. So it's good work. It keeps me sharp.
I just came off a Zoom with your promoter, Frank, and he was saying about your future all being well this Saturday. And obviously, he stated that Hamzah's WBO number one, your WBO number two. We discussed also about you fighting Heaney in a rematch. I know she's come off a loss, but I'm sure you want to avenge that, or even fighting Brad Pauls. Um, what's your sort of number one target after this Saturday, Denzel? What would you want?
We got to see how Saturday goes, man. I mean, we got to see how it goes, but there's options. Like you said, you just mentioned three or four different options to me, and it's good to know that there's options. So after Saturday, all three or four of those possibilities that you put out to me are all options. So it's just sit down with my team and see what's the best way to go, or who's most likely to want to fight. Probably Heaney coming off a loss, feeling like if he can get me again, his career's back. I don't think his career's done anyway, but I mean, like you feel like he's back on the right track. Hamza is someone that you know our names have been put together for quite a while, and because of that, that's the fight I want the most. Because I'm just tired of hearing it back and forth, and you should fight this guy, you should fight that guy. I just want to fight. Brad Pauls isn't really someone I've looked at or someone that I thought about fighting. I don't really want to. I said already, I didn't really want to box for the British title again unless it was a rematch of Heaney because I just feel like my career is going around in circles. I boxed for the British title for the first time in 2020, 2021, whenever the first F1 fight was, or the second F1 fight was, sorry. And it just feels like I'm going again and around in circles, and it's just a bit boring. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit boring, but so I don't really want to fight Brad Pauls, but that's an option. If that's the only person that I can get my hands on, then yes, I would happily fight him. But like the other options you said, I think Nathan Heaney rematch, but more than anyone, Hamzah Sheeraz is my ideal opponent next. But like we said, we've got to get through Saturday nice and comfortable, get convincingly, and then we can see what's next.
I mean, that Hamza fight would probably be for a world title eliminator with a WBO. I mean, it makes sense in number one and number two. So I'm sure that would be perhaps enough of a big fight, enough of a big incentive for that fight to be made, if that makes sense, Denzel.
Yeah, I hope so, because that's what everyone says they want to be world champions. So now you got the chance to get a step closer. I mean, I would have fought Hamza for the British when I had the British and when he was Commonwealth. But obviously, everyone has their own goals and aims in life, which I can't complain about. But if everyone's goal is, to be at the top and be a world champion, then like you said, that's a big enough incentive to make it happen between us, and hopefully it can.
Honestly speaking, do you see that as your toughest fight in Britain, Hamzah?
I don't know. I can't really say that because I've fought everyone in Britain more than likely. I mean, Hefton was a tough fight. Cash didn't last long, but he was a good fighter when around that time. So I can't say that because it's not like I'm undefeated. I've lost to guys in Britain and I've had tough fights with guys in Britain. So I can't really say he'd be the toughest. I mean, whether he'd be the best opponent, we're yet to find out, man. I got to share the ring with him, but I mean, I have seen improvements of him over the years.
Have you sparred
More
him
so when
before
he
or
moved
not?
to America. Yeah, we used to spar loads of times.
Oh,
We
you
used to
have
spar a
sparred him.
lot, but like, yeah, this is like 2018, around them times.
Okay.
2018, we sparred. He used to come down to the gym, and we used to spar quite a bit. And like I said, I've seen improvements. Like I said, more so since he moved to America. Like you know, more so his confidence. His confidence. He's more confident in his work. He pulls good shots, and he's very disciplined in the ring. And I've seen those. He's always been quite disciplined in the ring, to be honest. But I think that move to whoever he's training with before his name, whoever he's training with in America, has really helped him, and he's come on a lot. But yeah, it makes no difference. That's the fight that I take in a heartbeat.
Okay, wicked. Well, it's business for you first that you'll call this Saturday against Derrick Osaze. So best of luck, Denzel,
Yeah,
live on TNT Sports, and I'll see you at the press conference on Thursday.
that's all. Thanks. See you there, bro.
Top man. Cheers, Denzel.
That's all.